Well, welcome back, everyone. You know, when I think of Thanksgiving, I think of turkey. But here to talk about wild turkey is Marie Walton from Johnny Appleseed. Welcome, Marie.
Thank you so much, Chris. Yeah, wild turkeys are kind of the staple food for Thanksgiving, although they haven't always been. Last time I was here, I talked about Rebecca the White House raccoon that was gifted to the White House to be kind of the meat that year. But over time, turkeys have become the staple meat for Thanksgiving because they grow to be so large that they're capable of feeding a lot of people, which makes them perfect for a feast. So a male turkey in the wild can grow to be 15 pounds, which is really big for a bird. For comparison, a barred owl, which is another large bird, only grows to be about 2 pounds. So 15 pounds for a bird is very heavy, and they're very large birds, but even though they're so big and heavy, wild turkeys can still fly. They prefer to roost in trees with their flock. So I have a picture here on the table of a tree full of wild turkeys. It takes a lot to get a big bird like that off the ground. So if this wild turkey right here were to spread his wings out, can you take that? It would, oop, we have it upside down. Hold on.
This way.
There, it would be this wide, 46 inches for an adult male turkey's wingspan. So they're very large. And they can actually fly really fast, too. So a wild turkey can fly up to 50 miles an hour with their big wings, which is very impressive. Now, turkeys have some things in common with other birds. The first being they're covered in beautiful feathers. The male turkey, which is called a tom, has a lot more colorful feathers all over his body, so you can see some modeling on his wings. I don't know if you can tell at home, but the turkey has really shiny feathers, so they kind of shine blue or red as well. They've got striping. They're related to peacocks, and you can kind of tell by the way that their tail fans out that they're related to peacocks. But female turkey is called a hen, and they're a lot more skinnier and a lot drabber looking than the male turkey. I have a picture here of the differences between the male and female turkey. A lot of times when you see turkeys in the wild, you're going to be seeing a lot of female turkeys in a flock together. But turkeys can have flocks of up to 100 birds, so they like other birds. They're very social. Now, another thing that turkeys have in common with other birds is that they're warm-blooded, which means they're going to be using the energy that they get from food to heat their bodies all winter long. And what they're going to be eating is insects and seeds and nuts in the forest. They like to forage together in their flocks. And a lot of times you'll see them in farm fields eating leftover corn as well. So they love to eat those kinds of things. And then another thing that turkeys have in common with other birds is they lay eggs. Ooh. And then here I've got a little turkey. Now, turkeys are really smart as well, and they're going to be using vocalizations to communicate messages to other turkeys. So just like you and me, turkeys can talk to each other. And the most famous turkey sound is the gobble gobble noise, which sounds like that. And when the turkey gives a gobble gobble noise, it's usually going to be a male turkey gobbling at another male turkey, and it's how they kind of assert dominance or say, I'm the boss turkey around here. So that's why they gobble. But they can make other noises too. So we have cups here, Chris and I, and we're going to do a turkey noise called a cluck. So let's try it. And when they're walking along together in their big flocks, foraging, they're going to be making this sound. And that's how they tell each other that everything is safe and it's all clear. So turkeys have really sharp eyesight that they're going to be using to scan the horizon for predators while they're foraging, and they're going to be telling each other they're safe. Unless they sense danger, then they can make a sound called a yelp, which sounds like this. And when they hear that noise, they know it's time to fly away. This time of year is a great time to go out and look for wild turkeys and listen for wild turkeys in the forest. You'll probably hear them making their clucks before you see them. I've seen them in Herman Woodlands, but Kendrick Woods would also be another great place to look. Lippincott Bird Sanctuary and Herman Woodlands as well would be another great place. And Teddy Bear Park, I've seen them there too.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, well, Marie, thank you for coming on today, explaining all about the wild turkey. And so we'll have to go out and explore ourselves. Great place to explore. Well, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Well, don't go away because we have more when we return.